Now, we all know that carbs are a necessary thing in our diet. They provide us with energy and a lot of the nutrition that we need. But there's something that you need to know about carbs and why sometimes when you go out and have that meal, or even one of those big meals that you have at home, you end up stepping on the scales the following day and think, what the heck? When you realize that you have just added another 3 pounds to the scales and you don't know why. Now, maybe you went to the restaurant and looked at the menu and realized that the nutritional value just doesn't add up. Why did I just put on 3 pounds when there isn't even 3 pounds of calories in what I ate yesterday? Well, there's a reason for that, and that is simple. And we're going to go over that in just a moment, so stick around. My name is Deb Day, and welcome to the channel. Please click subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. So here's the thing that you need to know about carbs. For every gram of carb that you eat, your body will retain 3 to 4 grams of water. It does that because it needs to process and store the carbs, and the water is necessary for that process. But does that mean bloating? Yeah, it could. And there's a lot of little intricacies that you might want to be aware of. For example, as a female, when you have that menstrual cycle and you're already possibly putting on 5 pounds because of that, and then you add the water weight from a high carb meal that you ate, you might not want to do both of those at the same time. So I looked at an article, and I'm going to put the link in the description below. And it is consistent. The information in this article is consistent with what I have learned in nutrition courses and the research that I've done. And I'm going to show you exactly what that serving size looks like that they talk about. And in this article, the example they give is a pasta dish that actually holds 3 cups of pasta. So let's have a look at what 3 cups of pasta actually looks like. It's a good exercise for me because when I actually measured it, this is a single serving size spaghetti bowl. That's a 2-cup measure. And what I actually had for my supper that night was about 2 cups. So 3 cups is a large serving size of pasta. For me, it might not be to others, but at least you know. And in the article they also had, as part of this, a piece of cake. Maybe they looked at what people typically purchased. So if you're not sure what serving size you typically eat, then grab your measuring cup. So here's some tips that I think that might be beneficial for you, and I want you to think about how you put your meals together. Now, I grew up having a Christmas dinner that had lots of potatoes, peas, corn, carrots. Those were always on the table for our Christmas meal. With gravy, lots of bread, all of those, maybe not the gravy, but all of the vegetables and the bread are all high carb. So when you're putting those things on the table, I would suggest having a couple of low carb vegetable options so that everything that you put on your plate doesn't need to be a high carb. And then you know that we always have dessert at those special meals, and with all that sugar comes carbs. And then you wonder why you feel so full and bloated after those big Christmas dinners and Easter and Thanksgiving dinners. So have lots of options. And if you're going to go to a restaurant, ladies, and it's during the time when you're having your menstrual cycle, then I would suggest picking an item on the menu that is not so high carb, because you really don't want to have that compounded. And don't forget, carbs aren't bad, but how you put them together can make a difference to how you feel. But remember, our goal is to be the healthiest version of ourselves possible and to live one kick-ass life. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.